Yeah. Here's my picture. There we are. Okay, well, it's not a picture. It's just gone to video because it just took a picture of the back there. Welcome to Behind the Scenes of All Talk Radio. Today, I'm going to put you there, and Michael Sartine is just not going to fit in with us today on Hang With. But his voice will be the loudest. I scooch over. How are we on you over there? So you're behind the scenes, and actually let me give you a little look around our station. There's George, and see all our setup, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And all right, and away we go, because we go live at 5:05. And we're a little crooked. Yeah, we're a little crooked. So we're talking about affairs today. Relationships, monogamy. Does it work? Doesn't? And showing statistics. What's up? Hi, Marcia. It's Marcella. Okay. Ta-da!
Should we slap it with adult today, just in case?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, it's definitely adult.
Definitely.
Okay. All right.
Check real quick, see if your headphones are working great.
So behind the scenes here right now, what George is doing is, it's actually playing music on alltalkradio.net, doing an adult disclaimer that he is not responsible for our opinions and big mouths. But I'm also going to talk about my my profile being used. This doesn't have a name yet. This is pretty cool. You gargle it for 30 seconds and then you swallow it to help your voice.
Do what?
We're already needing the adult disclaimer.
Well, at least you're not a spitter. That's good. Let me see it. Let me smell of it.
Mm.
I just did a little taste. Not bad. It actually has no taste at all, so.
All right, so we're ready. Hallelujah.
Here we go.
Here we are.
Okay, so
Let's make sure that the third mic is on in case Michael can make it here on time. Mr. Michael Sartine is over at rehab at the Hard Rock right now, judging a contest of a bunch of sexy girls in bikinis to win $100,000.
Ooh.
Yeah. No wonder he's late.
I wonder if it's adult over there as well. I bet it is.
Okay, so come in close, and what we were going to Google is really fast, behind the scenes, getting our notes, and we definitely need to go live. It's 5:05. Is we are going to look for Ashley Madison's list.
here we go, we're gonna go live.
See if we know any names on there. We know one.
I know.
That'll be fun to talk about.
Live right
Are we all centered in?
now. Yeah. Looking good.
Get your notes, get your notes.
Here we go. Go live now with you guys.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I'm Tiffany Masters, and this is what I call her Bama.
Hey, hey.
One of my very favorite co-hosts, and hopefully we'll have Michael Sartine joining with us after this. He's over at the Hard Rock Pool right now, hosting the bikini contest to win $100,000. Lucky little girl. But our topics today, ironically, talking about girls in bikinis in Las Vegas, is about cheating and monogamy and relationships. And today is going to get very, very heated up like it is over at the pool over there. I'm sure you've all seen on the news with ashleymadison.com. If you haven't, I will bring you up to date. It's online dating, which we cover a lot of that on the show. Online dating, but this one is specifically for those that want to cheat on their spouse. And their motto is, life is short, have an affair.
Yeah.
Anyway, anyway, they were threatened by Team Impact to expose 37 million profiles on there.
I know.
This
Good
is
God.
this is what would you say? They just opened a can of whoop ass. Pandora's box is just now wide
Damn
open.
Can of worms is what they opened.
Yeah, so AshleyMadison.com and as well as EstablishedMen.com threatening to expose their real names, their sexual fantasies, credit card information, and a lot more. It was interesting. It was something about $19 to fully delete something. I saw that.
Yeah, but it was never really fully deleted.
No. And we were, George, our producer, and I were giggling earlier. We were saying how ironic it is that they were just lied to and betrayed. They paid that $19.99, and how dare they get busted like this? And I said, karma.
Exactly. I'm with you on that. I am with you.
Yeah.
I mean, people, why don't they wake up? When you put something on the internet, it is there. There's no deleting. There's no getting rid of it. Once it's there, it's there.
That's
And
what
you
we keep saying with Facebook, too. Be careful what you're posting up there. You cannot go back on it.
No.
It is not deleted. It doesn't poof. What is that stuff that Michael was... There's some software. Hopefully he gets here. I'm full of questions to ask him. Because there's some other software that you can get that will delete everything, supposedly.
No
I just
way.
don't trust it.
No way. There's no way. Once you put it out there, it's out there. People are so smart with technology today. There's no way to delete
There's
it.
cookies.
You put it
There's
out
trash
there,
cans.
it is in.
That's why they always tell you not to get rid of your hard drive to anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's ridiculous. These people are not learning their lesson. So the people that got hacked, it's their own fucking fault.
Now, for all of you that are sweating out there, like, oh my gosh, my name is on here, and you know there's a lot of you that are,
Yes.
37 million of you, it's interesting because you can be very let down. I've had my profile used more than once. You know, you've seen them, like, when MySpace first came out, there were so many of my MySpaces and it wasn't me.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll get over that. Facebook, even Michael has been, you know, I falsely identified saying that was him and it wasn't. I was used on Eros Guide to have an affair, well, let's call it an affair, to have a relationship, to meet me, a porn star. My whole profile, everything on there, a very, very bad hater. Took my pictures, my information, and put it up there. I'm not a porn star. I've never done porn. You think in today's technology with these cookies, somebody can prove it by now. I've never done porn. And but I was on there. Yeah, somebody had stole that identity. Now, I'm kind of curious, whoever was pretending to be me, obviously they never met that person. And
Right.
on the Madison site, what was this? Go ahead and say the numbers. How many men?
Oh my God, it was like 90% are men and 10% were women. Now, these are just profiles, but once they researched it or looked back, there's only like 3% that were actual women. Others were men posing as women.
See? So you're
So-
getting...
I mean, women do not need a place to go to get laid. They do not need a website. The dating websites, all that stuff, we honestly, if we're on there, we're not looking to get laid. We're really looking for somebody to hang out with and have a good time. If we want sex, all we got to do is walk outside. Because there's a man out there that wants to have sex. Not a big deal. All these men that are sneaking on this website to do their thing, I mean, if they're not happy with where they're at, why don't they just be honest and be who they are and do their thing?
Speaking of honesty...
Why can't people fucking be honest anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the most freeing thing in the world if you are honest with yourself.
Why get married if you're going to cheat?
Exactly.
Why? Well, there's a... Okay, which brings me up to this. All right. Which one? And then we'll go back to the Ashley thing. But doing statistics on marriage, it's not such a bad thing. Arranged marriages, way back when marriage was first coming around, they would surrender something in themselves to fall in love. Okay? So obviously they're surrendering their life. An arranged marriage in India. There were two beings that were tied together, and physical proximity and intimacy ended up where these people did fall in love. Love is an emotion. Their marriages last longer than what we have today. It's profound how things have changed, where being with another has lost its name because of freedom and choice.
Okay,
There's just too much choice out there.
Yes, and the reason that worked so well, people fell in love after they never knew each other and they met and whatever, is because they were raised not like us. They were raised where sex is only used to make a family, and like it is between you and your partner. It has nothing to do with the sexual idea we have of sex now. Sex is a release. Sex is for revenge. That's what sex is now. It is. We have sex because we want to feel good. Yeah, we want to make a baby. Yeah, we want to have a family. And yes, we want to show that intimacy. You want to show that intimacy, no, like with your partner. But over in India, sex is not the main reason or why you stay together or why you don't stay together.
Well, now
Because
it's used as
it's
a
not the
ritualistic
same.
threat. You know, arranged marriage isn't like it used to be there. But I don't think they're as exposed to cheating as much as we are.
Well, because
they don't
sex
have
is not
Bud
a
Light
big deal to them.
commercials.
Sex is not a big deal to them. Remember, I dated that guy.
Oh, the Indian.
Yes. I dated him. And I was like, what the fuck
Oh,
is
oh
happening?
my God! He couldn't tell his mom, and he's in his 40s, that he's dating a white girl. It was so awesome. So it was like, yeah.
And like now, you know, of course we broke up. Now we're really good friends. And now I just like really dig in there and I'm trying to find out what is going on. But they are not raised the way we're raised. They don't do things like we do. They don't think like we do. And
so it's a cultural thing.
Exactly. And
Do you think that
Christianity
we
took over
have-
here.
Well, right.
And
That's
that
all
was where
it's a
the
religious
monogamy
thing, yeah.
came from. That's exactly where it started from because everybody took Christianity as the main religion here and everything it had to do with it.
That's where monogamy started.
Yes.
Hmm.
And then that's why they uplifted the Pope. That's why they uplifted the nuns and the priest. You know, celibacy, because you're above the rest. You don't make mistakes. You're not going to have outside sexual relations. They lifted them up to show an example of what you should be. And they were afraid of you being married and having extramarital intercourse and making a child from that accident or whatever.
Right.
That you would lose your church property. As in back in the day, you know, everything
So
belonged to the church.
Mormons had more than one.
Well, they don't accept Christianity as their religion.
Yeah, that's true.
But see, we were
Aliens.
all, even though there's a gazillion religions out there, I don't even want to get on religion, but everybody was raised according to their religion from their past, their past.
And not...
And we've never evolved from that. Even though life has changed, time has changed, and sexuality has changed, there's still that basis of the Christianity values. Even though some, you know, Catholic, whatever. But the basis, that's where it started from.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they think now we have to bring it out of that property. We need to bring it up to the damn 20th century and just say things are different now. We're not the same people. We don't lose our property because we have a child with somebody.
Do you think that we need to be monogamous to be in love?
No. Monogamy's not real. Nobody is really monogamous.
It's not in our DNA, but
No.
we kind of have to have it today.
No, you need a committed relationship. You do not need monogamy.
I don't know.
Nobody is
I will
monogamous.
cut his nuts off if I'm not kidding.
That's jealousy. That has nothing to do with monogamy. That's done with jealousy, and that's the way we were raised. But that is two separate things.
Okay, you've been reading the book, and I've been listening to it. It's actually on YouTube. It's free. The Power of Now.
Oh my God, yes.
And that's... Still, I can't think. If he's not home by 10, where's he at? And like, ugh. I gotta
Well,
have
that's your
monogamy.
problem.
Oh,
You're not
please.
going to find it. Oh, I'll tell you this. You possibly could get monogamy from somebody that has been hurt by a cheater and their heart is broken and they have been beat down and they don't like that feeling, you may get monogamy from them if they don't turn the other cheek and say, I'm going to fuck everybody now and get back. All those years I wasted on being faithful and shit, you can either, I mean, that's a very tender place to be, because you don't know if you're going to go off this edge or that edge. I just don't think, I think being honest with yourself, you will not be monogamous because you want to. If you really think about it, nobody wants to have just one sex partner for the rest of their life.
Well, I do, but I don't like a lot of and you know me very, very well. I'm the girl that'll go a year without it. I'm cool with that. If you've been watching my show for the past 123 episodes, you've seen that I've even gotten testosterone shot in my ass with needles to try to give me more of a... Yeah, I'm more asexual. I'm Oprah. I had so much life. I wasn't around like, and I know some people that will do a damn doorknob. They're so horny. But me, on the other hand, I don't know. I get off with other exciting things. So I can see myself as monogamous if I'm treated correctly.
Okay.
Why would I need to run off and...
You can't help what you think. I mean,
so
people used to say...
Are you going to send the power of now to all the 37 million wives out there that, like these divorce attorneys are laughing to the bank. They're like, that's the easiest check I'm going to have written to me.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Are you a cheater? You're right there.
I actually think when everybody's caught, if they get caught, I don't know if they're going to get caught or not, but if they get brought to attention, it's going to bring up a great subject between a husband and a wife. Like, where are we? Where do we go from here? Do we change? Do we try to... I mean, if you're in love, you're in love. But do you need to add something else to that relationship? Do you need to... I think it's going to bring everybody to the forefront. They're going to want to
open up that can.
They're going to want to know...
At dinner, for sure.
Yeah, they're going to want to know why. But I think it's a lot like... I'm just going to say men, but I know there was women on there, but I'm just going to say these men have these feelings or they would not be on that website. So if they could have been honest with their partner, how do they know? Did they even give their partner the chance to say, you know what, I'd like an open relationship too, or maybe adding somebody in occasionally.
Them to the divorce court a lot sooner.
It doesn't matter. It's inevitable if it's inevitable.
It's because they've been taught wrong. Bottom line, from day one. A man is always taught that you need more than one. And that's not true. You can be monogamous with somebody in a relationship. That's what I choose. That's what I prefer. I don't want anybody else. If I love that person, that love's for them and only them, nobody else.
So love is an emotion. As long as you've got a great, committed relationship, you're right, and things are going strong right there, there's no reason to go put your penis in somebody.
A vagina's a vagina, bottom line.
And I hate to say this, but you're tempted by porn. You're tempted by today's society. You're tempted oh my gosh, I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, all the stimulation today is
completely
geared towards sexualness. So, yeah, I mean, but you're saying, George, you're saying that you actually have no desire to ever, like if you had a committed relationship.
Which she does.
Yeah.
You would not think about, adding any spice or y'all going out. What if she was agreeable to it?
No, I would add the spice, but it would be between me and her and only me and her. There's no other reason to go anywhere else. If you love that person, you're committed to them, that's where you should be.
But what if their fantasy, because they were letting all their sexual fantasy out in there, what if that fantasy is to dress up in drag or be into
bring in
BDSM,
another guy or bring in another girl
or to have a threesome? Yeah.
Well, some fantasies are meant to be fantasies.
And, okay, I know I'm not supposed to eat a cheeseburger for every single meal. I know it's bad for me because it's going to screw with my health and my longevity in my life. Mm-hmm. So I know to not eat a cherry pie every single night. It's the same don't eat that cherry pie every single night because it's not going to be good in your future.
Uh-huh.
So refrain from having affairs or even doing that threesome thing. That bothers me. That really bothers me. Because I feel like you're just giving them a little taste of a drug. And that just opens this up for them to go and want that experience again. I wouldn't go find these fantasies.
That's why I'm saying if you have a committed relationship, you know that me and you, we are a thing. We are committed, married or not, we are committed. Whatever happens between me and you with whoever else, then That's between me and you, and we shared it or had a fun time or a crazy night, or maybe it was a fantasy. And like you said, George, some are meant to stay fantasies because they don't ever play out like in your head.
They don't.
Ever. Note to self.
So I've heard.
A fantasy is not real. It is not real. It's made up in your head. You know, everybody moves at the same right time, but in real life, you just don't happen.
We had Tabitha Stevens on the show many, many times, and she's the most world famous, amazing porn star, Tabitha Stevens. And, you know, she was explaining, you know, this is everybody's fantasy, but it does not feel the same as what you watch. You cannot psychologically feel what you're watching, those views and everything that you're getting into. When you're actually playing the role and you're in it, you're wondering why you're not satisfied. It's because you're not watching the view. You can't see the whole
action
show. You know, you don't have the DP camera going on there, you know. It's just his face. So remember that. It's not the same of what you're watching. I'm not encouraging this at all. I'm like, I hope they get busted. I do.
I'm not encouraging the cheating by no means. I'm encouraging being honest with yourself and your partner. That's all I'm saying.
I understand that. I mean, if that's what you want, then you should be with that partner, not married. Bottom line. If you're making a commitment in front of God or whoever it is or whatever God you believe in, you've made that commitment. That commitment should be upheld. If it can't be, we're sorry, excuse for humans, bottom line. Because we've evolved over the years to not be animals anymore. And if we can't get past that part, how are we ever to
the
enlighten
Neanderthals,
ourselves?
yeah.
I know, but everybody has their right to choice. We can't tell everybody that once they're married, they can't do something. What if they get married knowing each other's that way, but they want that committed relationship? Maybe they do it because for their mother or their grandmother or whatever.
Question. Would you feel the same if you married somebody and they didn't tell you that they were pedophilia and they got into pedophilia? How would you feel about that? Would you say, well, that's your choice, or would you leave them?
Well, like I said, that would be whoever's partner choice that is.
Right.
That would be their choice. You don't go into a marriage not knowing who you're marrying, hopefully.
But think about it. If you're with somebody for 5 years and then 50 Shades of Grey comes out, here, honey, don't mind me. Put this gag ball in. Let me smack you up. Let me smack you up, sir. Yee. I mean, we're with the times. They're changing all the time. I remember in the 80s, looking back, going, oh, my God, 9.5 weeks. Oh, you naughty boy. You put ice on her belly button. And now, oh.
Yeah,
now you've got Caitlyn.
We have tons of stimulation now that we didn't used to have, and it's just going to get worse.
I think
or better, whichever way you want to think about it.
I think we're going to go full circle. I really do. At being in this relationship world that I'm in, and all the letters that I'm getting, and everyone's like, okay. Granted, we've got the douchebag RSD coaches in this town, which is Real Social Dynamics. You can research that. Julian Blanc was actually in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. I wanted to eat him. He was here. They're teaching young boys pretty much how to be douchebags, how to manipulate women into having sex as a game, as a numbers game. Those are the same types of guys that are going to be my followers very, very soon. Well, actually, you're watching me right now. I'm warning you boys. You're going to play it out. You're going to get numb. Just players on the field, the gigolos out there, strippers. All of a sudden, you're overstimulated, and you're going to want something more, and that's a relationship. All these people, like the singles events and all, they're really hoping for a relationship. As much as you all bitch about it, you want it. I was over at Blue Martini Meat Market night. I got there at 4 o'clock. I watched singles come in, all looking nice, sober, really nervous. By the end of the night, they're complete douchebags, you know, hitting on the waitress and this and that because they're getting desperate. What did you say to me? If a guy stayed around long enough, say it.
They can get laid.
He said, if a guy will just stay there till where this last call, your chances are you're going to get laid.
Yeah.
You're going to get, yeah.
I mean, the ladies get to say yes or no. We know immediately when we talk to somebody if we are even interested in thinking about having sex with them. We know immediately. So when that happens, you know, you push it off, whatever. This guy keeps coming back. He's not your style. You're looking for something better. But at the end of the night, if you hadn't found better, you're thinking, you'll finally say yes.
What concerns me is the children in this, because we've got children that can be born of this. What if it's a...
My son is in the middle of this. He doesn't even want to date now.
What if there's a threesome one night and the wife says, hey, look, I've always had a fantasy of 2 men. Well, now she ends up pregnant to this other man.
Oh, that's protected. I'm not worried about that one.
So, I mean, it can happen, and it does happen.
It does happen. Mistakes happen all the time, or accidents, whatever you want to call it. But I think with all the, what do you call it? All this stimulation that we have, women are more prepared, men are more prepared, because there is a lot of sex going on. You know, a lot of women go and, have hysterectomies because they don't want any more kids. They don't want even an accident or a mistake or any of that. Men are wearing rubbers. They're even thinking about going and getting vasectomies. It's like one of the top.
So we're going to kill off the human race so we all can have sex and just
this
finish
is
it out.
insane. What is wrong with me? I have no.
Is what I'm saying is that when you have a committed relationship, you can have a child with him. You would want to. That's the way we were raised. That's the way even India, people over there, that they were raised to have sex with somebody to start a family. And that's fine to do that.
It does function tribal as well.
You should still have your own opinion. Just because you don't want to have sex with somebody to have a baby with them, that's your own personal opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
That is true.
And some are assholes' opinions, but I'm just saying there's two sides of every
and they're going
coin.
on this because it's easier than getting a divorce. That's why it's what they call cheaper to keeper, right? We've all heard that.
Probably.
So there's websites out there where you can check to see if you're on Ashley Madison's
Oh my God,
list.
I want to see them. I want to see them all.
And then I went to it, and it said, beware not to go to these sites, because there's some sites that are out there that I believe that are trying to do more damage to you again. They're getting your information. So there's a warning on here on, I believe it's wired.com. Yeah. That they're saying how to check. Well, it's warning you on the site not to go to these specific sites because I believe that hackers are still out there. Wow. What a tangled web you've woven.
Yes.
What kind of girls do you think, the 5% of girls, what kind of girls do you think are on there? You were saying dogs earlier, or whatever, and I'm thinking blackmailing bitches.
Blackmailing?
Uh-huh.
Oh, blackmailing.
I don't even think that some of them may be married. Maybe this is just a total Vegas mind right here, but yeah, I'm thinking which ones would get in a relationship and try to blackmail them.
Oh, gold diggers. That's a good thought. I didn't think about that.
When I was in Brazil, I was doing an article. This is before I got kidnapped. I was doing an article for I'll think of the magazine before the show's over. Damn, what was that? Oh, started with an E. Anyway, my first magazine that I was doing out there. I was interviewing Fania, who was an escort in Copacabana. And there's a club called Help, and that's where they all go to. And the Brazilian, the girls know like 4 or 5 different languages because the guys go out there in these conventions from Germany and all over the place.
Yeah, I've heard about
so whoever learns these languages gets to make the deals with these guys, right?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, she was telling me secrets like they used to poke a hole in a thing called the Flamingo is their name brand of a condom there. And they would take their passports, write down the information, and they were hoping to get pregnant. Yep. That's part of the story.
Well, first of all, you're an idiot if you use a condom given to you by somebody. You better have your own, and you better check it and recheck and inspect that.
Oh, man, it's going to bug me. What was the name of that magazine? I only had it for a few months and started writing for Vegas. Here I am. Yeah, that's so once again, karma. You're cheating on your wife in Brazil with some hot girl, nice ass. No boobs, they weren't into that. Or what's even funnier, here's some news for y'all. Next time you guys are in Brazil, they're ladyboys. And they actually work with taxi cabs out there where there will be a really hot, pretty girl. It's the end of the night. You want to share a taxi to go back, you know, like share a ride or ride share, whatever you call it. They're Uber way before our day. And they would make a deal in the car to perform oral sex. And they're ladyboys. The information that I got down there.
That happens on school buses every day. I'm not even kidding you. Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. My son,
What?
Yes, my son, when we lived in Texas, he was on the school bus. In the back 2 rows, girls were sitting there, $10, they give you a blowjob. And this was middle school. And my son is 24 now.
Is this
so 10 years ago.
coming to?
Uh-huh. They came home and they're like, we're not riding the bus anymore. Or
Thank
would you give me $10?
God for the adult disclaimer today. This is probably not going to my bucket list side. This is probably going straight to 50shadesmasters.com, okay? For sure, actually, for sure. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's in our DNA, of course, not to be monogamous. I'm really hoping that with today and the whole Kardashian movement and everything that's out there, we're coming to an end of a lot of this. Just, you know, like who buys the National Enquirer anymore? You know, there was always something that's next and next and next. I'm really thinking wholeheartedly that things are going to change. I've noticed now, Facebook went through this whole social media movement with putting your status up. Okay, what is your opinion of that? Your status of being in a relationship or not? When do you think it's politically correct to put your relationship up?
I think it's stupid. My relationship has nothing to do with fucking Facebook.
Yeah, but it is social.
Who cares?
Your life.
You know what?
I'm saying you're looking pretty stupid how many times you change it.
Yes. I mean, Facebook does
Unless
not
you're engaged or married.
I joke about it. And somebody's like, you know, are you dating so-and-so, whatever? And I'm like, oh, it's not Facebook official, so that means you're really not liking each other.
Not, because if it's Facebook official, it's actually more of a commitment than getting married these days.
Yeah,
you can easily take off a ring.
People need to get a real
But I do say that if you are married, it should be posted on Facebook. It is the world's largest dating site. It really is. And that is you. If you're married, it better say it.
Yeah.
There's girls on there that are married, and it bothers me. When I get married, I'll put it up there. If I'm dating, I won't. There's haters, there's jealousy, and you know how I'm so spiritual. I'm going to feel like they're casting that energy towards me.
Right.
And I don't need haters. That kind of personal life, I don't need to, hey, I wouldn't shit in your front yard. I'm sure not going to do it right here, okay? There's some things you keep private, and that would be my private life.
I think your relationship is private. It is
your business.
You shouldn't shit it all over Facebook. I'm so sick of everybody one day saying,
it's like if they're gay or not. You're not going to catch the gay. We have always said that.
Yeah.
But that's their own private right in their own bedroom. It's not like they're trying to put the whole sex thing on their wall.
I understand people have friends out there, and some people, that's the only friends they do have. And if you need to privately talk to somebody, private message them. Don't put it on your status that he's a son of a bitch, he did this, he did that, I hate him, and then the next day you go in, I'm so in love, we went to Paris. And
it's our own reality show.
Facebook has become a diary for people.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's really become a diary of people's thoughts and emotions.
Or it's a way to leave a message for somebody you know that's going to get it.
Exactly right.
It's psychologically, I know, I watch you.
Yeah.
But not an emotional message.
No, but it's very emotional. Now, I want to bring this up to you, George. I'm putting you on the height seat a little bit here. Do you know, and we were talking about this, when you like or comment or anything like that with bad news, beaten puppies, the war stuff, that's actually spreading the energy across. It's going to come back to you again, you're saying.
Yes. The what do you call it?
Algorithm
of Facebook. Everything you like, everything you click on to view, they take a absorption of that into there, and then they just start pounding you with that shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what comes back around. They recognize what you're looking at the most, and that's what will start popping up into your feeds.
Yes.
And then every time you share it, it's coming on my feed. I don't want to see your sadness anymore. Stop it!
Yeah, I have totally quit. Like, I hate it that animals are abused. I can't take it. I will not view it. I will not like it.
It's in my mind right now.
I will not even comment on it because I don't want any more of that on me. Children being abused. I'm not watching any more of those videos because it just seems like that's all I get is this hate.
With the ISIS
hate.
movement, they want that. So stop. When you do that, it's coming more and more and more.
Today on the news, I heard that they have they've got a new diagnosis for these people that live on Facebook, live through Facebook. That when we post, like, at a party or meeting a celebrity or going to Rome or whatever you're like wanting to share,
Right.
they are obsessed with it, and they become, that's where the hate comes from, and they're missing out on something. It's 4 letters, and it's something about missing out on life.
Oh, yeah. You're addicted to it. I'm completely addicted to it. It was almost like when I moved to Las Vegas, you too, we felt like we had to be out every single night or we're going to miss something. I felt like I was going to miss something, or they're going to miss me if I'm not behind that red velvet rope and I'm not like up in the club, doing my thing, popping those bottles. I felt like I was going to miss something. It's the same thing here. Like, there's so many, you get addicted. And I'm not complaining because I really appreciate it. I've got 5 Facebooks. I don't know what I'd do without it. I like how Michael Sartain says, if he were in a relationship, he'd shut it down. I love that.
Really?
Because he's in the now. I'm really proud of him. The man that validates everything through Facebook. Actually, I'd like to see, let's make a bet. It is Vegas. How long will it last? Not the relationship, the Facebook being down.
No,
and
but
Instagram
these
doesn't
people,
count either.
There's one thing of being like, I love going on my Facebook because I'm friends with a lot of people I went to high school with. And, being from the South, we're all very tight-knit. I love to see how
Sharing
their kids
recipes.
are doing. I love all that. But all this mean, and when, people just getting angry. I don't know how people are so damn angry these days. But they get obsessed with you going places, you doing things. They live vicariously through you. And it makes them, it's actual condition of them being mad at you, jealous of you, to the point of acting out anger.
It's very well possible. I believe it's true.
What news did you see this on? They're acting out angrily? Well,
Yes.
I've had new stalkers.
I mean,
And I'm sure they're watching right now.
they've given it a name. So there's a lot of people that must have been going into the doctor saying, I'm so fucking mad that John Jones went to Paris this week and I couldn't go. I mean, I don't know how you get a damn name for it, but damn.
So what kind of pill are they going to come up with?
Well, they'll be on the way, I'm sure.
Oh, you got the FBH, the Facebook hating. Hold on, I got a pill for that right here.
Yeah, I've got it.
Drink this.
Well, it started out when everybody started that Sims thing.
What's Sims?
Sims is like where you went into a computer thing and you made yourself whatever you wanted to look like.
The little simulated.
Oh my God,
houses
those
and things.
cartoons.
Yes, that's where it started. Way back, even when, way back, that was a thing. You could go in and people were all over the internet and they would come and they say kind of make it look.
Friends with them.
Yes,
Stuff
that's
like that, yeah.
where it started. All of it, I believe. Don't you agree?
I don't think so. But I do think that when they finally putting the JPEGs and the videos on and checking in, I think that's when it was. When you're checking in, I'm human, believe it or not. I get a little envious when I see friends that are just the biggest celebutants, the biggest social media light ever on every red carpet and going around the world. I'm like, the bitch doesn't have a bad day, kind of thing, And I'm over there posting new ferrets I'm adopting, okay? And save the puppies and everything.
And it goes back to that book, The Power of Now. Be the best now you can be. Be you in your now. And if you ever just shut off all the static from Facebook, from the news, from all this bullshit, take the static out and say, what is wrong with my right now? And most of the time you can say, ain't a damn thing wrong with it.
No.
Right now is good. Right now, loving being here with y'all.
I love you too. Oh, that's so sweet. I love you. Yeah, I could die now and be happy.
Right.
I always tell my members, I said, when you look in the past, you're depressed. When you look into the future, you have anxiety.
You're worried, yeah.
But if right now you're at peace, you're in your Om. It's
Yes.
right now.
being right now, and God knows we all got to worry about the future. I'm not saying sit here and twiddle your thumbs and expect your house payment to be paid. There's some things you have to worry about, and there's some things that you have to plan for. But to be consumed to the point of missing what's happening now, what good is it?
Yep. Speaking of things coming up, go to LasVegasBucketList.com and you're going to see me going to Michigan right now. I am taking off and I am spending the week going and looking, I'll be depressed, in my past. We are going to the grave sites where my ancestors are. Because my mom is moving, because they're like snowbirds, going back and forth from Michigan to Florida. And I'm going to the graves to say hi to my granny, my great-granny, my grandpa, my aunts and cousins and everyone that's on this lot. Out in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure y'all are wondering, where in Michigan? That's always the first question. And it's Oscoda, my widow up here. Okay, so that'll answer that. So I'm going to go up there and basically wear red flannel and boots and jeans and kicking back.
Is it cold up there now?
She said it'll get down to like 66.
Oh, well, you'll be freezing by then.
Yeah. But she said in an hour from there it could be 90, so you know. But I'm going to spend some time with my mama, bucket and do it. We would never promise tomorrow. I'm really excited. My sister's not there to get the attention. My kids aren't there to get the attention. It's all about me and my mama. I'm really excited. But I'm going to say goodbye to these grave sites and knowing nobody is going to go back there probably and visit again. I can't promise that I will.
Yeah.
So it brought up this question. We own LasVegasBucketList.com and we help people with their bucket list. And you saw that I asked on social media this week about would you want to be cremated or burned? Because I'm going to see this gravesite knowing nobody's going to go back. And then if I die today, do I really have the money or my son have the money to give me a proper burial? Boy, did I come up with some information on this research this week. I really liked the answers. And I don't want y'all to interrupt me because actually I might change your opinion of what you want to do, be buried or cremated. I just learned that if you donate your parts, I don't know what parts are going to be left that's good for me to donate for organs when I'm done with this life, but you can donate them to research, and they actually return you in a box your whatever, and so you're giving yourself to science. They're paying for all the cremation, and it's coming back, and I've decided I'm making little buckets for you all, and I'm leaving messages. And this is a part of our new business that we're going to start doing. We are going to plan, right now we already plan your bucket list. We're going to plan your bucket list around the world after your death. I'm going to leave a bucket for you. If I haven't gotten to Ireland yet, I'm asking you to take some of my ashes and sprinkle me in Ireland.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Now, a lot of people are saying they want to be cremated and have their ashes over a certain beach. Why pick one? Bam and I can sit down and think of 7 more places for you all to send everybody out to.
Most people pick that because they have like a memory, a special memory there. It was a really good time in their life that they remember, and that's where they.
So I would want to share that with. Oops, I'm going in and out. Sound. I would want to share that with my son, making him go to Bali, South Indonesia, and to find that space when I had my epiphany there. I'd probably send somebody like you that's so stiff to Burning Man. And
oh, yeah, I'm so stiff.
And say, I want you to run naked. Whee! Spreading my ashes all over.
I don't have a problem running naked. I told you I'd go one day. I'm just not staying out there in the dirt. I'll do it one day, and then I'm going home and take a shower and fix my hair.
You can experience my memories.
Okay.
And so I really, really am in love with this idea. And I'll be speaking more about that on Hang With. So make sure to follow me, and I'll be taking you also to Mackinac Island. Okay, have you seen the movie Somewhere in Time? With Christopher Reeves?
I don't think so.
It's such a romantic movie where Reeves keeps coming back, and it's the little penny, and they slide, and he keeps going back in time, and he fell in love. Anyway, you got to watch the movie. It's such a tearjerker. It's such a love story. Maybe that's what we need to go back to, too. I was listening to old 80s songs
Yeah.
And today's DJ is causing our affairs today. Sorry, that hip-hop music, okay? I'm serious, and I'm not being racist right here. But sitting there like all about cheating and ass and popping bottles and bitches and whores.
Yep.
Come on. Bring it back. Spandau Ballet. Lionel Richie. Hello. Is it you I'm looking for? I mean, I had tears in my eyes. We need songs with words. We need movies that touch the heart.
Yeah.
And not like, some of it's funny, the Scary Movie 3 thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's funny, but I think if we just brought it back, you all want the relationships. I'm getting your letters. Singles events are the biggest thing. What? POF just sold for $56 million. Plenty of fish.
Yeah.
Hello. Everyone's out there searching for love. So go back, Pandora your 80s love songs.
Yeah.
Watch An Affair to Remember.
I just don't know. I don't know if we can go back. I think everybody...
We can if we believe. Think of your now.
I know, but everybody's now is so different.
You were married for 23 years. Did you love being married?
I loved it.
Feel it?
I loved it. But
I
I don't
want
know.
to feel that.
I don't know if I would at this day and time. But I got married 25 years ago. I mean, that was it was a different world. I was raised in a Southern Baptist home. I was raised by a woman that was raised in the 50s. You're supposed to get married. You're supposed to have kids, the white picket fence. You're supposed to raise your kids, and your husband was just there to make you have kids or help you have kids, and you do your thing, and you just did. You cooked, you cleaned, you took care of the kids. That's what you were raised.
And then we went and we had to go burn our bras. Thanks, Mom.
That shit ain't real. That ain't real.
I don't know. I think we can bring it back. I mean, we've got all these girls with red bottom shoes and wearing their Hello Kitty necklaces. La 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 la. I think that there's a future out there. Because seriously, it's going to be one lonely day that's going to come around. But there is hope. We all don't have to see eye to eye.
Right.
We don't agree. But you had your 23 years of marriage. I'm looking for 23 of mine. Today, I had a beautiful afternoon with Bob and Betty Golden. Together 47 years. 47 years.
Wow. Good for them.
And they are my perfect role models. Back to what you're saying, we were actually raised with role models around. We just need to see, instead of like the messed up Kardashians and having that as our youth's role models, we need to find some new ones. I love, there's a new website that says, stop watching reality TV if you're over it. This is just a channel for documentaries. And it's a .com thing. Did you see that?
I hadn't seen that.
I love it. Please, if I could just like get rid of the like, and I know you love the Kardashians.
They are my best friends. Sorry.
And I'm like, I'm afraid to catch the K. I am. I'm scared. I'm not afraid to. I know you can't catch the gay, but people are out there catching the K. I'm over it. But anyway, be watching for more and more and more. We've got lots and lots of changes coming up. Tonight we'll be at Friends on Friday over at the Red Rock saying goodbye to Lydia after 3 years with Zoe Bowie.
Yeah, tonight is her last. It'll be an awesome night.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And
she's moving on to bigger and better things, so good for her.
Yeah, she's actually with Rod Stewart over at Caesars, and she's an amazing violinist, so that's going to be one hell of a hangover tomorrow. But go to LasVegasBucketlist.com, and especially on Meetup, and start seeing everything we have for the Mad Hatter Party and much, much more coming your way. Thanks, guys. Whenever in doubt, just ask yourself, what would Tiffany do? And I would buck it and do it. Woo! Poor Michael.
Damn, we said a lot today.
Yeah. About 45 minutes worth. Okay, guys, I was not ignoring you. Any questions? Let's see. Likes our hair. Lots of... Guy says, I'm about to be a divorce lawyer. I know.
No better time to get in.
That's right. How many people are actually in college right now changing their degrees? Why, I totally agree. That explains so much. I always wondered why guys stayed around until the end of the night. Doc Chris. Hi, honey. Dr. Chris. She has a bitch face and you're laughing. Just kidding. Oh, me. Absolutely is the power of now.
Mm-hmm.
Love you, Bama.
I love you.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, all 204 of you. Wow. Follow me so you can see some crazy adventures that I'm going to hang with on. Going through Michigan and seeing some pretty deep stuff. I know it's like whatever, but I'll have you on at the airport and all kinds of crazy adventures that I can get us into. What else are we doing, though?
Oh,
We'll take them to Zoe Bowie tonight.
Yeah,
the holiday parties.
Getting ready for holiday
My birthday
parties.
party.
Yes. We got a lot of
Playboy
parties
Mansion
coming
party. Party. It's that season.
Yes, it is.
We're moving to a bigger and better station. We're joining with new magazines. There's a lot of fun things.
Yeah, a lot of stimulation going on.
I'm trying to think. There's the Mad Hatter party, which we've got to find another. They wanted 20 grand down there.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm like, I'll find a rabbit hole somewhere else. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Okay. All right. Looks like we are being excused. Mwah. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you very, very soon. Later tonight. Bye.